The devil doesn't come dressed in a red cape and pointy horns. He comes as everything you've ever asked for. Like cake. A wild squishy appeared. This one is way too cute for its own good. Today's victim is going to be Cake Butt. This squishy may look sweet and innocent at first, but I'm about to reveal its true colors. All squishies have a dark side, just waiting to be unleashed. And that's where I come in. Prepare to be evil-fied. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to sell your soul to me by hitting that subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead and set that bell icon to all so you get notifications every time I post. I post new videos every Friday. Also guys, since we're doing a squishy makeover video, I do want to shout out Mariah Elizabeth. If you aren't aware of her content, she does really awesome squishy makeover videos and a ton of other cool art stuff. Go ahead and check out the link to her channel that I'm going to leave down below in the description after you're done watching this video. And with all that being said,
let's get started.
Alrighty guys, let's get started by drawing our little cake thing here. I think what I'm going to do for this one is take the little cake unicorn and turn it into a demon, like a devil kind of thing. Let's switch it up by taking this little happy unicorn cake
Disgusting
thing and turning it into a little happy evil guy. Here I'm just drawing on his little happy face. And the coloring begins. I decided to paint his horns black so they would stand out from his body. I figured we could just paint his body that classic devil evil red. And then let's paint his eyes a nice glowing yellow. And let's turn that grass into some fire. Because as Marie Kondo says, if it doesn't spark joy, set it on fire. Or at least, that's what I thought she said. Ooh, I think he will make a fine addition to my evil army. Alright, let's open up our little concept book and slap that little fire daddy in there. And now that our little concept drawing is complete, let's get painting. Well, before we start painting, let's give this guy a thorough examination because I see something that is gonna need to be removed. Back off, Sprinkleface. Today is not your day. I'm going to amputate your horn off. Let's dive right in there with my skizzers. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so nice to take this horn off of here. Huh, would you look at that? Get out of here. Okay, and let's just start trimming some of this horn residue off. I'm going to just try my best to make this as smooth as I possibly can. Aw, would you just look at that adorable face? Let's rip it up a little bit more. Okay, now let's take some white puffy paint and start filling up that horn hole. Let's make sure we don't miss any spots. There we go. Now let's smooth that puffy paint out a little bit. As usual, I just went ahead and dumped the paintbrush and started painting this stuff around with my fingers. Now while we let that dry a little bit, let's bust out that red. Yeah, bust it out. Warning ahead of time. This episode is not for the faint of heart. It's going to start looking like a massacre in here. Yep, I can already tell this is going to take a lot of red paint. Here's a little trivia question for all of you. How many coats of red do you think I had to paint on this dumb unicorn? Just so you guys know, I personally don't know how many coats it took. I didn't count. Do you think I'm some sort of wackadoo or something? Please. Okay, so we're starting to make a little bit of headway here on the red. Luckily for you guys, you don't have to sit here and watch me paint the whole thing. I do really like the way it's looking so far, though. It does already kind of look like a devil. Most people usually have an angel and a devil on their shoulders. As for me, my angel must have gotten lost somewhere along the way because I only have a devil on my shoulder telling me which bad decision to make next. Okay, let's take some black and start painting his horns. Believe it or not, these horns were actually one of the most frustrating parts of this squishy. I have no idea why. Alright, I think they're looking okay now. Let's just go ahead and touch up some of that red. This is probably going to take me another 10 billion coats of paint. The things we must do to maintain the squish. Let's quit using our fingers for a second and take up a smaller brush so we can really get in there. Alright, and let's start painting on the yellow to start out that fire. You can still sort of see her cute little face beneath all that red paint, but that's okay, we're going to cover that ugly thing up in a bit. Nice, look at all that bright yellow. It's kind of looking like an evil Happy Meal or something now.
Can I get a Happy Meal with a large fries and a Diet Coke?
Alright, let's just smooth all this out a little bit. Looking good, looking good. I'm pretty happy with how this fire is turning out. It's actually turning out a little better than I thought it would. Here I mixed up some orange, and I'm going to try and start laying it out on the fire to see how that looks. Funny thing is, I actually know that I ended up going over this orange with some red later because I'm recording this audio after the fact. But I thought I'd include it in here because I really didn't think it looked too bad with the orange. It just didn't have the effect that I wanted to. It looked a little too messy to me. What do you guys think about the orange? This is where I decided to take some red and start going over the orange, and I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I don't know which looks better. Now that that's pretty much done, let's just start painting his little eyes on here. Here we go, there's his little second eye. Let's just dab some of that yellow on there. He's starting to look pretty evil, I must say. Pretty evil. Now let's just add some black under his eyes, and I really like the way this looks. It's making his eyes pop a lot more. And of course, let's go ahead and paint on his little adorable happy smile. Aw, it's so fun being evil, isn't it? I know. Who's a cute little squishy? Who's a cute little evil squishy? Who's so cute? Let's go ahead now and just finish touching this little guy up. Let me know what you guys thought of this squishy. I think overall it turned out pretty cool and it might be one of my better ones that I've done.
You handsome devil. By the way, I heard some of you guys are selling your souls to the devil. Well, stop it. Sell your soul to me instead. The devil sets things on fire. That's going a little bit too far.
Calm down, Satan.
We are a different kind of evil here. We're more like the ones who casually say, no pun intended, after saying something even though there was no pun to begin with. So now everyone is thinking there was a pun and overthinking while you're just sitting there and smiling subtly in your chaotic evil ways. Those goody two-shoes are quaking in their boots.
Wow, look at this adorable squishy, guys. I mean, no, it's evil. Here's a little before and after shot for you guys. Let's go ahead and squish this guy. I've been waiting all day. Wow. Man, that's a good squish.
Alright, it's loony time. In last week's video, I made a horrifyingly evil clay monster named Coco. Definitely go check out that video if you haven't already. I just wanted to shout out some of my favorite comments from that video. You know what? I will go talk to him.
What? You again? I thought I told you to get rid of that trapdoor.
Yeah, I think I must have forgot about that. Hey, listen, could Literally Ray subscribe? I think you have her soul. I kinda need that.
You dare ask me for another soul? It has already been claimed.
Okay, thanks.
He said you could subscribe. If we just never talk about it again, it's almost as if it never happened. That's how I deal with most of the problems in my life. Everyone's bored in their houses because of quarantine, but Samantha's here partying it up on her trampoline. Never mind the dent in her head. At least she's having fun. Being as evil as I am, I've added some chaos to the world. Some of my squishies may or may not have escaped during the night and may or may not be haunting Blue. I mentioned that to Blue's BFF on accident, so now she won't have sleepovers at Blue's house. But that's okay. You're supposed to be in quarantine anyway, right? Thank you guys so much for all of the support you give to me. Oh! I was just exercising. Didn't think you'd still be here. Anyway, you know how on TV they always say don't try this at home? Yeah, well, here's something you should try at home. If you have a sibling, casually walk up to them and say, "Where is our toothbrush?" They'll think that you've been using their toothbrush this whole time. No, but seriously, don't actually do that. That's gross. If you've made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe so I don't get lost on the internet. See you all next Friday. Same loony time.
Same loony place.